Sin City wasn't made for you. Angels like you.
Well, hey there. My name's Cynthia, also known as the Sin City. The Sin City. The Sin City. Hey, what's up? All right, talking about 23 lessons that I have learned in my 23 years of life. So this past August, I celebrated my birthday, and yes, I mean the whole entire month. The whole month was my birthday, I consider. But my actual birthday was on August 14th, and I turned 23. And this past year, honestly, has been such a year of growth and such a year of figuring myself out. And so this year I wanted to go big or go home for my birthday. And honestly, I feel like we all deserve that with the year that we've all been having. So this video was a part of that, and I promised myself that I would make it. So these are the lessons that I feel is more relevant to me as of right now, and what I find to be most important as of right now for me. So come with me on my journey to 23 years. Au revoir. Lesson number one, lesson numero uno, is stop taking the shortcuts in life, in your relationships, your dreams, your goals, your health. Dang, this one's for me. This one is for me. You better preach, preacher. Life, how are you ever really supposed to learn the lessons that you need and grab the tools that you need to really succeed and to really thrive if all you're doing is taking the shortcut every time? Think about it. When you're in school and you cheat on your first or your second test, all you're doing is trying to get the grade for that moment, but you never really learn the material. Now when you get to the final exam and it's cumulative and all the information is together, you don't know what to do, because at this point you didn't learn any of the material for real. So just like it is in class, it is in real life. You don't want to cheat yourself out of opportunities, and you don't want to cheat yourself out of the life that you could have lived if you just put in the work for it. Lesson number 3, and I feel like this is an important one because I know a lot of us do it. Stop giving 100% to 50% people. You know the type of people that I'm talking about. The ones that suck all the energy and all the life out of you, and you have their back but they wouldn't lift a penny for you. Yeah, those are the leeches that we need to get rid of in our life. Start matching people's energy, because you're going to be giving everything you have, going all in for a person, and they're not even giving you half of that, if even. So it doesn't really make any sense to keep exuding that much to somebody who can't even reciprocate that same amount of energy back to you, because there's going to be a point in time when you burn out and you get frustrated because you're like, you don't see where all of your energy and your time is going to, and you're leaving yourself behind and neglecting yourself to be there for everybody and give everybody 100 when half of those people aren't even doing the same for you. So stop letting people consume you and consume all of your time and your energy. Match people's energy, and you just gotta know not everybody is going to do you how you do them. Lesson number 3, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. We beat ourselves up. We push ourselves down for things that we did or things that we didn't know. At the end of the day, you must forgive yourself for the stuff that maybe you didn't know, or the stuff that maybe you did know but you just ain't really want to listen, or you wanted to do it anyway. Regardless, it's in the past. There's nothing you can do but be present or focus on the future. So ask yourself, what are you going to do next time that situation arrives? And the most you can do is do your best next time. However, beating yourself up for it is not going to do anything for you. Let's think of it like this. We give everybody 100 in a million chances to try us. They be trying our sets, and we give them 105 chances, and we forgive them and we move on. So why don't we do the same thing for ourselves? You do something, you learned from it, you grew from it, and you're gonna move on from it, and you'll be a-okay. It's just not that deep. You feel me? We're all doing the best we can with the things that is provided to us, with the knowledge that's provided to us. So thank yourself for that. Love loudly. Love loudly. Y'all see how I wear the color pink for love? Because it's the color of universal love. No, we ain't get that. Okay, cool. But don't be afraid to love loudly. Love the people around you. Appreciate the people around you, and not only do it, but let them know. Let them know you love them as much as possible. Let them know you appreciate them as much as possible. Tell your homegirl, your sister, that she's the bomb. Tell your homeboy that you got his back, and let these people know why we have the opportunity to do it. I don't know why somewhere along the lines, somewhere along generations, it was told to us that it's cool to have a cold shoulder, that it's cool to not show that we love or that we're capable of love, and that having a cold heart was okay. Scratch that. We're not doing that no more. Okay? We loving loud. We letting everybody know that we love them while we can. There's only so many hours and so many minutes you get here on this earth. Make it purposeful and tell somebody you love them today. Don't wait. Today. I don't know what number we're on at this point, so we're just gonna have to go with lesson whatever number you want it to be. So lesson number blank. Do not suppress who you are for anybody, because it will be one of your biggest regrets. Don't let people tell you that you're too little. Don't let people tell you that you're too big. Do not make yourself smaller or feel like you have to shrink yourself to fit into a room. If anything, you should walk into that room and ask if that room is big enough for you. Okay? Because the thing that you're hiding, the thing that you're suppressing for people to like you or for people to find validation in you, could be the same thing that's holding you back from your destiny. Could be the very same thing that's one of your biggest strengths. I remember when I was younger, people told me I talked way too much. I heard it every day, in and out, so much so to the point where I stopped talking and I became very silent and I became very timid. And it's not until recently that I realized talking is one of my strengths. So no matter what it is, no matter what people tell you, do not suppress who you are. Do not stop being the biggest and brightest you that you can possibly be. Observation can be one of your greatest teachers in life. With observing people, you can see the type of person that you're dealing with before letting them into your inner circle. And just see how they act in different social situations, see how they act around their different groups of friends, around their family. A lot of the times you'll learn everything that you need to know about a person by just sitting back and observing them and listening to the things that they don't always say, but that are there in plain sight. Every single time that you just let somebody in your world, you could be causing so much chaos that doesn't need to be there. Just by observing somebody and seeing how they act, you can avoid so much drama and so much situations that you don't need to be in by just making sure that you don't let them get too close. So make sure that you're asking yourself questions like, do you see yourself trusting this person? Is it somebody that you can grow with? Is it somebody that aligns with your morals and values? Or is it somebody that you feel like would drag you down? Remember that you are the key holder to the doors in your life. So make sure that you know who you're letting into those doors. It's your life. You're in control of who you let in it. So be selective of who you choose. Because although you can be cool with everybody and you can be friends with everybody, not everybody necessarily deserves to experience you. Do not let that child inside of you die. Don't forget to go on adventures. Don't forget to explore the world and experience life and all that it has to offer. Live your biggest and loudest, oh, my glasses almost fell. Live your biggest and loudest life, because this is the only life we get to live. When else are you going to experience that all life has to offer? So don't let your imagination stop running wild. Don't let your creativity stop running wild. And honestly, do some dumb shit sometimes. Sometimes those are some of your best memories and your best experiences. One of the quotes that I like to tell myself and that I also share with my friends is, you may lose money, but money comes back. Making new memories, don't. Making new experiences, don't. And those last a lifetime. So don't forget to be a kid and live your bestest and wildest life. Don't let nobody tell you no. Lesson number 8 is don't text back. I know it seems like a pretty simple concept, but what I mean by that is stop letting people waste your time. You know, there's those people who every single time you text them or message them or even have a conversation with them, it's almost like your soul is going on legitimate life support. Yeah, not everything deserves a response and not everything deserves your time. It's about time that we start protecting our peace and our energy. And if you're paying your own phone bill, stop letting them waste your unlimited minutes. Lesson number 9. You might want to grab a water for this one, because this one's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
6.5 hours later.
Now that we're ready, let me tell you. I gotta whisper this one. Come on. Your mama was right. There you go. I said it. And that's lesson number 9. Your mama was right. Your mama, your granddaddy, your grandparents, your guardians, whoever, they were right. And I know we don't want to hear it, because I don't even want to hear it. I didn't want to believe it. You know, when you're younger, you just want to be like, hey, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not going to listen to really what you're saying, because that don't apply to me. I'm in a new generation. And you know, we kind of disregard what they say. But there comes a point in time, there comes a certain age when things start happening and you're just kind of like, she did say that. She told me about that. Like, even me, I didn't believe it until I hit a certain situation. I was just like, you know, your mama told you that, right? Yeah, she did. So let me rip that bandage off for you now and let you swallow that pill, because more than likely 9 times out of 10 when they're saying stuff, they are saying it for your own good, and they're just letting you know. They're trying to put you on game. All right, guys, so we are halfway to the finish line and we are almost done. So thank you for watching this far. So for lesson number 10, we have it's okay to feel lost. There is so many times in life where you're gonna feel like, what the heck am I doing? And guess what? That is a-okay, because half of us are in the same place as you. Half of us are in the same boat together. We're all just trying to figuring out how this thing called life works. And that's the whole part of life, is that it's a journey that we're learning and that we're continuing to grow with and learn from day by day. So just take it a step at a time. And I know we always, especially as young adults or even just in life in general, people are always asking you what's next. People are always focused on the next big thing or the next place or the next destination. And sometimes you really just got to take a break and breathe and realize, like, hey, I'm okay where I am. I'm doing okay where I am, and enjoy your present time, because we're always looking for the next, not realizing that where we are now is what we were asking for. Lesson number 11, and I feel like this is an important one because I did it, and it personally was one of the best decisions that I've made in my life so far, which is moving out. At some point, I do recommend that everybody who's on their adulting journey or who's on their way to becoming an adult to move out or move away from their hometown, even if it's for a short period of time, even if it's just going abroad. Just get away from your hometown at some point during your life, because it teaches you so much. And I can personally say that you learn so much more about yourself that you would not have learned if you stayed in your hometown. Because imagine this, like, everything that you've learned from up till the age that you are has been things that you've learned from either your parents or the people that you've been surrounded by almost your whole life. So the moment that you're taking out of that comfort place and you're taken out of that zone, you're really put into a place where you're just like, okay, I really got to figure out what it is that I truly believe in, what it is that I truly align myself with. So that's one thing that I resonated with the most with going away from my hometown, was finding out my true identity. And of course, I'm still on the journey of figuring out who Cynthia really is, but it's something about figuring yourself out outside of the space that you're used to, outside of the environment that you're used to. So if you're thinking about moving out, if you're thinking like, hey, I think I want to move out my parents' house, or I think I want to move out of my hometown and just go away, save that money, do what you gotta do, and do it, because it will be a really good decision. If it doesn't turn out to be a good decision, don't say that I told you so. Yeah. Lesson number 12 is a bit simple. Just look in the mirror more. Look at yourself, embrace yourself, take more pictures, take more videos, because you're never going to look like this. Well, not this, because this one is my face. Yours, you're never going to look like how you look in the present ever again. Your face changes constantly, your body changes constantly, and there's gonna be a day where you look back and you just like, damn, I'm a whole nother person. So embrace yourself and look at yourself as much as possible. And yeah, that's really all I had to say. Yeah, that one was pretty basic. We're gonna hop back on the beat with this one because I feel like it correlates with lesson number 3. In addition to not giving people 100%, that's not giving you the same, just make sure you genuinely surround yourself with good people. If you have a good circle, you're not going to have to keep cutting people off. You're not going to have to keep getting rid of someone every 2 seconds. Surround yourself with genuine people, people who you know is going to ride for you, have your back, and you would do the same. People who push you to be the best you that you could be, because having good people means that you have good vibes, and having good vibes means you got a good environment. And with a good environment, that's a great place to grow. And who's not trying to grow? So make sure that the people that you surround yourself with is people that you can see yourself growing with, or even if you don't end up with them forever, like they're not lifelong friends, at least you know they launched you into your next destination, into your next growing phase. Right? That makes sense. So keep it simple. Have good people around you, people who you know is going to lead you in the right direction and will have your back and stay 10 toes down. Okay. Next lesson. Lesson number 14 is not everything is your fault. Sometimes people are just people. I know a lot of the times when things go wrong, or when somebody messes up or does us dirty, we tend to try to blame ourselves in some kind of way. I don't know how we do it, but humans just have like this magical way of blaming themselves for stuff, or saying like, maybe it was my fault, maybe I put myself in that situation. However, you just gotta understand, people are just people, and humans are gonna be humans. People mess up, so they're gonna come in your life and do some messed up things to you, but you got to understand not to place that on yourself, because you can't blame yourself for other people's actions. Number 15 is do not allow circumstances turn you into something that you're not. Do not allow bad situations or things that's happened to you, whether it's in the past or in the present, turn you into somebody that you don't want to be. I remember there was situations that's happened in my life where I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stop being nice to people, I'm gonna stop caring about people, and you know, I'm gonna do me. However,
almost over. There's only so much we can do, so we gotta turn it up. One time. I can look.
lesson number 17, jump for it. Listen, we got to do what needs to be done to get what it is that we want out of life, because we create our own realities. Therefore, there's always going to be that first step, the one that we all hate, the one that we're all scared of. But that first step, you never know where it's going to lead. So just do it. Go after it. Jump for it. Hop for it. Crawl, walk, shoot, drag yourself if you need to, but go for it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's standing in our way is us and our thoughts and our fears. Me doing this video, shoot, this is my first step. But listen, we're gonna go after our dreams. We're gonna chase everything that we want, because who wants to live the rest of their life with regrets? No regrets, okay? We don't want none of that. Zero. So go after it. If you don't want to hear it from nobody else, hear it from me. Do it, baby. You know, I'm gonna wait for y'all on the other side of fear, on the other side of your first step. Lesson number 18 is it's just hair. Moral of the story is don't be afraid to try anything new. When it comes to your hair, dye it, chop it off, turn it different shapes, forms. Do what you want to do with it. Don't be afraid to try anything new. Don't be afraid to get a new hobby. Find a new liking for something, because you never know where it might go. You never know if you're going to end up loving it. So try something new. Put yourself outside the box and do something that you haven't done before. Number 19, before I get ready to go. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. So y'all wasn't gonna tell me that my lips was dry? Wow. That's crazy. I'm back, y'all boys. Life was just not letting a girl moisturize her lips. But this is a lip balm that was made by Desiana Bell. Should I have to use her whole government name? Well, it was a lip balm made by her for my birthday, and I must say it's really moisturizing. I mean, I know you see those put out. You gotta do the duck lips so you can so y'all can really see the product of this. Alright, I'm done promoting. Back to the video. So lesson number 19 is happens. Life will really throw you curveballs, and sometimes things will happen that you didn't expect. But you really just gotta learn how to deal the cards that is dealt to you. You know, a lot of things change throughout the course of time. People change, things change, feelings change too. So you really gotta learn how to adapt with the things that are given to you and not dwell on them too long, because the stuff that are out of your control are literally out of your control. So just learn how to roll with life, because if you don't roll with life, life will roll over you. I think that was a good analogy. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. We are halfway to the finish line. You see that? I'm sure this flew by. Maybe not, but I mean, we almost there. You already here. You might as well finish watching, right? Number 20. It is getting a tad bit dark right here, but we're gonna keep it quick because it's a pretty simple lesson. Don't be afraid to meet new people. Put yourself out there. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who God is gonna place on your way. So just be open to meeting different people with different backgrounds, different perspectives, and you know, they might teach you a little one thing or two. The people that you know now were once strangers before. So get to mingling. Lesson number 21. Always, and I mean always, keep a wig in your car, okay? I know this lesson seems kind of crazy or random, but please let me explain. Once upon a time, not long ago, I completely forgot my wig at home on my way to work. I'm in the car, Speedy Gonzalez sing. I'm trying to push the pedal so I can get to work. And it's not until I look into my rear view mirror and I'm looking at myself and myself is looking at me back, and we over here like, girl, you ain't got no type of wig on your hair, and I got these 2-week-old corn braids in my hair. Thank God my friend was able to save me and bring a wig to work for me, because I walked into the job with like a hair tie that I had in my car, and my boss is looking at me like, girl, you ain't prepared for work, you ain't prepared for the job, what's going on? So my friend was able to save my life, so let me save yours, okay? Leave a wig or anything else that you think you're gonna need. For my guys, whether it's like an extra pair of gym shorts, clothes, whatever, keep anything that you think you're gonna need in your car, because you never know. Long story short, be prepared and expect the unexpected. Lesson 22 is seek to understand, and this is one that I'm still in the process of learning, but I found it to be important because I feel as humans, we all low-key desire to be understood, and we all have a desire to be understood. I feel like oftentimes we have conversations, we listen to each other, we're hearing each other, but we're not understanding one another. And that's where a lot of conflicts arise, because you're trying to put your expectations onto somebody else, and you're seeing things from your reality and the way that you have it in your mind, but you're not looking at it from their perspective. I feel like if there was more understanding in this world, there would be a lot more love to give and a lot more love to share. But it is kind of tough when everybody is raised differently and has different backgrounds, which is honestly a reason why we should try to understand each other more. However, I think that's an important lesson to learn. So when you're talking to people or having conversations with people, try to understand where they're coming from rather than just going to your own assumptions and jumping to how you think it should be in your head. Because your reality is not always somebody else's reality. Last but most certainly not least, number 23. This is the number we've been waiting for. The number that signifies my new age, my new coming of age. And I selected this last lesson because I feel like this lesson literally defines your 20s. It literally defines what you should be doing at the age of 20. And that is being selfish. And I know it may sound terrible, but your 20s is the perfect time of your life to be selfish and to be intentional with everything that you do, in correlations to every other lesson that I said in this video. Being selfish, what I mean by that is making sure that you have time for you and making sure that you are taking control of your life and living it how you want to live it, and not by what other people say of how to live it. Like, make sure you're taking time for yourself. Make sure that you're not putting yourself last. Make sure that you're not neglecting your wants and your needs. There's not going to be another time in your life that you can be selfish like this, because the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and the less you can really think about yourself. So I feel like your 20s is your age to do that and to grab life by the tail and swing it around town. But yes, be selfish. Honestly, think of yourself when you're making your decisions. I'm not trying to say to like not consider other people or to like go around hurting people's feelings, because we're not doing that. But just put yourself first when you're making your decisions and when you're making your life choices, and learn to become your best friend. Because honestly, if you can't be your best friend, if your number one bestie isn't yourself, then what is you doing? If you can't be your own best friend, what makes you think other people want to be friends with you? So get to know yourself, get to love yourself, and get to fully give yourself a chance at creating the life you want and being the person that you want to be. Don't let anybody define it for you. There's just so much that can be said with that one little quote itself, which is be selfish. There's so many things that go into that. So this is me just trying to keep it short and wrapping it up. But if you would like me to keep talking about this topic or any other topics in this video, as a matter of fact, and to go a little in detail, I know I kind of talked about each of them to somewhat of an extent, but if you would like me to go further in detail with any of the topics on this video, including this last one, just let me know and I can go ahead and whip up another video for y'all and for myself. I honestly am probably going to just be watching my own videos, and shout out to like my number one fan out there that probably made it to the end. If you made it to the end, let me know. Honestly, this video and this age, my heart is just really full because I'm just very grateful for reaching this age and for seeing 23 years and for having the people that I have around me, the family that I have around me. I can't even begin to explain, and I know there's so much more in store, so much more in store for me, so much more in store for you guys, which is why I shared these lessons for you. there's so much more I could have covered, honestly, because there's so many lessons that life just kind of throws at you. And I know I'm not done learning either. But if there's anything that you feel like I should have covered, or if there's any life lessons that's important to you that you feel were vital, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know in my DMs or messages. I don't know where y'all gonna find that, but but just let me know, because I do want to hear your ideas and your opinions on what you feel was the most important, either out of the ones I spoke about or that you've experienced on your own. Thank you again if you made it to the end. If not, that's okay too. I mean, well, you wouldn't be seeing this part, but yeah. Peace, love, and blessings. Make sure, I think the quote that you're supposed to say at the end is make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Love y'all. Peace.